So we got to Cancun yesterday, and today I was like, oh, I noticed that we had like what you call it. I noticed that we had a bus stop right in front of our hotel. So I was like, oh, instead of like taking a taxi and stuff, today I can, have an adventure, see town, and like take a trip down to Walmart. So then I'm in Walmart, and well, they tell me, oh, go to the front desk. They tell me, okay, in order to take the bus, just go take bus 2 and tell them that you're heading to Walmart. So I was like, okay, cool, perfect, easy enough. So I get to the front of the hotel, I get on the bus, and I tell the bus driver, hey, I am heading to Walmart. So I get in about like 20-30 minutes later. We get to the area and he taps me and tell me, hey, this is Walmart. So I get out of the car, and then like 2 people that was already on the bus was like, hey, I can point you in the direction of where Walmart is. So they were super nice, super sweet. So they just pointed me in the direction of where Walmart is. So that was a great experience. I went into Walmart, shopped. I'm thinking, oh, this was so easy and simple, and it gave me a chance to like, see the area and everything. So that was that. So then so after shopping at Walmart, I was like, okay, now it's time to come back. So initially I was like, oh, should I take a taxi back? But I was like, oh, coming on the bus was so quick and so simple, and like it gave great views of the city. So let me just go ahead. Let me just go ahead and take the bus back. So I get on the bus, I tell the bus driver where my hotel is. So he goes, yes, of course, like I know where that is, I got you. So I get on the bus and I'm driving, and we're riding, and like we kept going. So like I said, it was a 30-minute drive. So I'm on a bus, and I tell him after like 20 minutes, I just wanted to make sure that he gets me to my hotel. So after 20 minutes, I tell him, and I was like, hey, just a heads up, I am going to X, Y, and Z hotel. I don't want to say the hotel because I'm physically still here. So I'm like, oh, hey, by the way, I'm going to X, Y, and Z hotel. So he was like, oh yeah, perfect. I know this hotel, like I got you. So we keep going, and then we get to a place. So then we get to a place, and he like tasked me. He was like, hey, like we're at your hotel. So I said, oh, okay, cool. So I look around, and things aren't super familiar, but then I see like a hotel building that looks just like my hotel, and it was like right up. So I'm like, okay, I guess like we're here. I just have to walk up a little bit because maybe there's not a bus stop right in front of my hotel. So I get off. Mind you, I am coming from Walmart, so I have like a bag of stuff that was like pretty heavy. So I get off the bus, and I start walking towards that white building that looks just like my hotel. So I'm walking, and then now that I was like on the ground, I realized how far the place actually is. So I kept walking, and it was like, so like I started sweating, it was hot, and the things were heavy. So I kept walking, and I finally made it to that hotel. Then I noticed that it wasn't even my hotel. So then I'm like, what's going on? So then I kept walking, and then now I was starting to see nothing. There was like nothing I recognized, nothing around, and there's no taxis that I'm seeing. So finally I see like a super local restaurant. So I went in there, and I was like, hey, is this hotel close by? Because the bus driver dropped me here and was like, the hotel is close by. Is this hotel close by? So then the restaurant owner was like, I don't speak any English. So thankfully, learning Spanish in school came in handy. So I was able to tell her, I was like, hey, I'm trying to get to this hotel. Like, can you, is it close by? And so she was like super nice and told me it was in this direction. She was like, yes, Chantel, that's why, but I'm going to call you right after this live. So she was like, yeah, we're definitely okay. We're definitely okay. I'm back at the hotel now. So I was like, where was I? Yeah. So she was like, yeah, it's in this direction. So, and I was like, am I able to walk there? And she said, yeah. So then I kept walking. So unfamiliar charters, mind you, at this point, like my service is not working at all. I couldn't call an Uber. I couldn't even look on Google Maps to see if my hotel is really close by or not. Like I was like freaking out. So finally I finally came into another hotel. I came across another hotel, so I was like super happy about that, and I was like super thankful. So I went into that hotel, and then I asked them if they can get me a taxi, because at this point I'm like, just get me there. So I went in the hotel and asked if they can get me a taxi. So I'm waiting and waiting, and then the dude comes back and he was like, yeah, there's the taxis are held up and they're not going to be here anytime soon. So then dude was like, the only thing that I would recommend that you do is like, your hotel is close by, so the only thing I would recommend you do is get back on the bus. And I'm like, well, is it walking distance? Because that's what they told me. They told me it was right there. He was like, no, it's not walking distance. Get on the bus and just tell them where you're going and just keep going straight. So I got back on a bus. And then I get in there, and this time I was very specific. I was like, sir, I'm going here. And he was like, yes, I got you. And I'm like, oh, are you sure? I was like, okay. So I sit in, and then again, I started freaking out internally a little bit, because we started seeing stuff that I'm not familiar with. And I'm like, what if we're going in the wrong direction? What if this is the wrong bus? You know, all this other stuff. And I'm like, oh, I still don't have service at this point. So I'm low-key freaking out. So then finally, we kept going for like about 10 minutes. This is 10 minutes driving, so I was definitely not close to my hotel. So 10 minutes driving, and then I asked the dude, I was like, hey, by the way, I'm going here. And he was like, oh yeah, I got you. I'll let you know when we're there. Next thing I know, we're passing my hotel. Thankfully, like, I recognized it, and I recognized the area and stuff. So next thing I know, we're passing my hotel, and this bus driver is not making any indication to stop. So even though he told me multiple times that he got it, he was also gonna like drop me somewhere. So I was like, so I swear passing my hotel. So I reached over and I was like, oh, like, aquí está bien, like, you could just drop me here. And then he was like, oh, okay. So then at that point he had already passed my hotel a little bit, so he kind of found a little corner and pulled up in the corner and dropped me off. And I had to haul my stuff from Walmart and stuff and walk all the way back to where my hotel area is and cross the street and finally get into my hotel. So anyway, I am finally here. I made it. I got my stuff. And next time, well, at first when I got in, I was like, I am not taking the bus again, because I don't remember the last time I took the bus in the States. So I thought this would be a great way to kind of see the city. And I still think that. I was like, oh, this was so close. I'm tired. I'm whatever. So when I first got to the room, I was like, I'm not taking the bus again. But now that I've relaxed, I don't know, maybe. And now that I know the system and I know that I know the area, but I literally felt like it was not a fun experience. And thankfully I've relaxed a little bit now and I'm okay. But I was just like, it sucks to like feel in a place where you don't know anything, you're not surrounded by anything, and your phone doesn't work and you're freaking out. So anyway, that was that for today. I will definitely have more fun, exciting videos, because this place look awesome. This is my first time doing a good vlog, so I don't know if I can like show this, turn the camera around. But yeah, everything looks so pretty, so I'll definitely do a more fun vlog later. All right, bye.